Ready?
Yep. We're on.
Action!
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hello.
guys.
Hi.
Welcome back to Off the Record with Aditi and Gaby.
Woohoo! The cricket sound. No. Anyway,
Never mind.
what she meant was probably the claps. This. So today with us on the show,
We have Joe and Mike, who
Hello.
are my professors for media and public relations. And I'm so excited that they are here with us today. Guys, how do you feel?
We're excited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
It's good. Yeah. Thank you for inviting us.
of course.
Bonus edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bonus edition. And I mean, we always had this in our minds that we want to do an episode with you guys because we wouldn't let our series die without having you guys
Obviously,
here. Yeah, obviously.
it feels a little bit unreal to me because Aditi has been talking so much about you guys, like Mike and Joe,
All nice
Joe and
stuff.
Mike and Joe. Of course, always nice stuff.
Yeah.
But and so like you're kind of legends for me,
Yeah.
and now it's very, very nice to have you on the show here with us.
They
Or-
say you should never meet your heroes and legends. So
Oh.
let's hope we don't
Oops.
disappoint.
So thank you. We're gonna wrap up the show then.
Been nice.
So shall we get started?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going unscripted again today
Mhm.
because we've figured out that the
We work best without having a script because,
Exactly.
I mean, Mike,
What-
please don't be scared. We have done this before. This is not
Yeah.
the first episode that
seen,
we're
I've
doing.
watched.
we're
Yeah.
professionals.
Yeah.
We're professionals.
But yeah, basically, so for me, for instance, like I don't know you guys because I mean I don't know. No, in the sense that
Mm.
you're Aditi's professors, and
Mhm.
I've heard what she says about you. But so do you want to give us and the audience a little bit of background about what you're doing here in Brunel, and maybe what you've been doing before? Maybe Mike, you want to start?
Yeah. So I'm the convener of the MA in public relations and media.
Wow.
And I've been doing it for 7 years. When I first started, I didn't really know what public relations was, which is kind of interesting because it says something about public relations operating behind the scenes.
Mm.
Because even though I'm a media scholar, I should have known what public relations is, but I didn't. So it's quite a steep learning curve. And I think I've got a handle on it now.
Definitely.
And Joe's been helping out for how many years
About
now?
five years now.
You
Yeah.
guys are a team.
Yeah, definitely. So I had been a PR person, so I knew exactly what PR was.
She's ahead
Unlike
of me.
Mike.
But I was doing a PhD, nearly finished, when I applied for this job. So I was able to kind of say, well, I know all the media theory that experts like Mike would have, but I've also got this knowledge and experience of public relations as well.
Mm. Wow.
Okay.
So
That's
it's a
amazing.
perfect blend there,
Yeah,
isn't it?
definitely.
So
Wow.
when did you guys start working here in Brunel? Like,
Don't ask me that question because it's a long, long time ago.
Ooh.
Wow.
Joe's
Okay,
fresh.
2019.
2019.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
but Mike, approximately when did you start?
Approximately, it would have been when Brunel took over the West London Institute of Higher Education, which had a very nice leafy campus in Richmond, all by the Thames, very green. They took over that towards the end of the 1990s, and I became a member of Brunel
Oh, wow.
University. So that's how I kind of ended up here.
Well, you're almost one of the OGs of Brunel.
What?
OGs, originals.
Original
No.
gangster.
I think that would go back to the 1960s.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what's
so
almost.
Almost.
quite a bit off the almost. Thanks, Gaby.
You're welcome. No problem.
So you've been working here since 1990s?
Yeah.
Why did I not know that?
Well, I don't know. That's
Because
probably
he
not.
looks so youthful.
Yeah, that is the reason.
Got some
You
secrets.
nailed it, Joe. Well done.
Wow.
And before working at Brunel, what you guys doing? Joe.
I was a mature student.
Yeah, you mentioned your PhD.
So I started after my first uni degree. I worked in community, commercial, local radio. Did a bit of volunteering. PR, and then also some presenting as well. I was a news broadcast journalist.
Wow.
Then I did a bit of parenting for a decade or so, and then I got back into work, which is how I'm here.
Wow.
So I guess you must be very comfortable with this kind of setting, microphones, cameras.
Yeah, because Joe has a lot of experience in podcasting.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us more about that?
Yeah.
Do you want to share?
Because the audience would really love to hear about it. And so would I.
My experience in podcasting, just the podcasting, because you're giving me a funny look as if it might be something else that I shared with you last week in the...
Share, please share.
Share, please, go ahead. This is a safe space.
It's also a very public space.
Yeah, it's a very public but safe space.
Bear that in mind.
Okay. So I have a party piece, don't I, that I pull out every now and again and show people on my mobile phone. There's a certain YouTube clip from
Gabby knows.
approximately
I've seen it.
I think you've shown me this. Yeah.
89 or thereabouts,
Yes.
because I was on blind dates.
Wow!
That must have been like an amazing experience.
It was, I was
It
so
was.
shocked, and it was so amazing when Joe showed me that clip last week. I was showing around everyone. I went home and I showed it to Gabby. I went to Gabby and I was like, do you want to see something interesting?
No, but like really, and when she showed me the clip, I was like, oh, that's a very nice lady, but I didn't recognize you in that first. And then the presenter mentioned your name. Was like Josephine. I was like, is this the Joe? So yeah.
It was amazing.
It was great because, in those days you'd go to the ITV studios where they filmed it with Cilla Black, who was a mega celebrity, and the researchers looked after you and kept you separate from the other contestants. So the men who were choosing weren't allowed to see the women that they were choosing from. So, they were very careful to keep you segregated. So you got a really good experience of behind the scenes and what it would be like to produce that kind of a TV show.
I can imagine.
And were you chosen?
I was chosen.
Wow.
Yes, Russell from Oxford
Oh.
took me to Germany.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a weekend in Germany,
Wow.
as Cilla would say. And also it was that long ago that they didn't send a videographer, they sent a photographer. So they had still images of this date, and then we came back onto the TV show to talk about how it went, and that was a few months later.
Oh, wow.
And Russell was upset, and all the audience were on his side as well, because he made some comment that he'd really liked me and I hadn't liked him.
Oh,
so
no.
it wasn't. No,
It
that
wasn't reciprocal.
No,
Wasn't
no,
mutual.
and the
You
audience.
heartbreaker.
Yeah, they.
Oh no.
He
Poor guy.
was, and they booed me. The audience booed me. It was
Oh.
the worst experience
That's really
ever.
mean.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, no.
But oh well.
But you were
loss.
amazing. Like that clip,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
You're looking good. You're still
Yeah.
looking good.
No.
100%.
Yeah. No, but we were talking about the podcasting, so you're going to
yeah,
get
so
back
the
on that.
the podcasting.
I would, I would request you guys to be a little bit closer to the mic.
Okay.
Mike, can you be a bit closer to the
Just
mic?
closer to the mic.
That's a nice pun.
I'll do my radio positioning.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's what we
She's
want
a
to
pro,
hear
isn't
about.
she?
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
a pro.
So, because I don't want to pop any peas, because you have to be very careful about that in podcasting.
Wow.
Yeah, so I made a podcast series as part of my PhD. I did some local kind of topical features for where I was living at the time. And then since then, I've done some academic podcasting. So I produced a podcast for a colleague at Birkbeck, where I did my PhD. And we were talking to people who'd done creative and artistic PhDs themselves, and then where they were at and what they were doing with the PhD and whether it was useful to them. So whether they'd found a new lease of life or whether they'd just gone back to what they were doing before. Have they become an academic as a result of this or not? So, yeah, and some of the interviews that we did for the podcast, we then wrote about and turned it into an academic article as well. So, and then we're working on another series at the moment. So it's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
really
great medium to work in.
nice. Do you still have the footage of the podcast?
I think it's online somewhere.
It's online?
still.
Oh.
What's the name?
Yeah.
Maybe the audience want to check it out.
Yeah.
might
We
wanna
want to
check it
check
out.
it out.
We want
as
to check it out as well.
Okay, well, so the most recent one was Beyond the PhD, and it was a corkscrew. So if you look up Beyond the PhD corkscrew,
Okay.
you might find it.
Find it.
Ah.
It's on Apple and,
Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's amazing.
Thank
Mike,
you.
do you have any past experience in podcasting?
No, not really.
No?
No. In fact, my experience is much less diverse than Joe's. She's had an interesting life. I've been teaching since my early 20s.
That's still
Wow.
very interesting.
Yeah,
right?
Well,
I would assume you met interesting
it
people.
was. It has been interesting, but not as diverse. So, yeah.
So you've been teaching mostly. And
I
have you always been teaching the same subject?
I mean, public relations is different. So I was really teaching film studies, and I was teaching media studies a little bit when I was teaching at Birkbeck. So I had a few part-time jobs.
Oh, Birkbeck. I applied for that university.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I
Oh.
wasn't. I think I was accepted, but it was too expensive for me.
Right.
It's one of the most expensive I applied to.
Oh.
Yeah, big time.
Well, when I was doing it, it was for it wasn't a degree. It was for people who wanted to study a little bit of film studies in the working people in the evenings, which is of course what Birkbeck specialises in. But it was just a kind of little 10-week course. It was great fun actually because it was interesting people.
So aside from PR, you've also stepped a foot in the film studies
because
industry maybe as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've made some films. Yeah, I've made some documentaries, some feature-length documentaries. Yeah.
I've seen a poster in your office.
Oh,
Tell us more about that.
So
Please.
that poster is the acting class,
Wow.
which was 2017, and it's about class inequality in the acting industry in this country, which is very much dominated by people who go to private school and then Oxbridge. And so there was about the time we were making the film, there was a lot in the paper about it. What's the matter?
No, I'm just saying,
Nothing.
like me. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Private school. Oh. Yes, but you're lovely, Joe.
You're lovely.
So
You're not like them.
No. So there was a lot in the media at the time about it. So it kind of tied in quite nicely. And we got to actually interview. So we interviewed young working class actors who are struggling to get in and stay in the industry. But we also, through a kind of snowballing process of interviewing and people recommending, we actually got access to some big working class stars like Christopher Eccleston and Maxine Peake and Julie Hesmond-Haag.
Wow.
And one or two others. So it was quite nice because they could talk about how they got into the industry. They're older, and that was really dependent on kind of support, educational support, grants and stuff. And they were basically saying they wouldn't get in now, circa 2017. So we took the film around. We showed it in lots of places, about maybe 50 or so public screenings.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Wow.
So are you still making films?
Yeah.
Wow.
Off and on.
Wow. So you were saying your life is less interesting, but
Exactly.
you've been doing a lot of things still.
Yeah.
I was, downplaying
Don't minimize your stuff like that. No minimizing on this show.
maximizing only,
Maximizing only.
which is what we should be doing as we are PR people.
Definitely.
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much. Yeah, that's interesting because I didn't know anything about PR until I met Aditi. I know what it stands for, like public relations, but that's pretty all I knew. And so now I know I'm as I understand it, it's like advertising.
No.
Oh, wrong. No. Do you want to tell me what PR is?
I would like to say that PR people are not that good at selling themselves because it's not about selling at all. So therefore, we certainly try and avoid advertising wherever we can. So we are talking about building relationships, reputation building, engagement with stakeholders, which can be audiences, but also employees or your clients, customers and suppliers and all of that sort of thing. So it's literally relations with the publics that you or your clients
and
are having
how do you manage
with.
to do that?
So you do it through having campaigns that might involve an event or just a whole load of sort of social media programs or media relations exercises. You're building contact lists the whole time, networking, doing favors, gathering favors, just trying to make sure that you're almost like a fixer. So, you've got the contacts at hand. If you can see your client needs something to happen to help them launch a product or get over a crisis situation, if you've got the right people in the press that you can talk to.
It's interesting that you didn't know, and you didn't know what PR is, because actually in your industry, that's one of your major sources.
As a journalist, definitely. I totally agree, in the sense that I didn't know much about journalism before I started my class either. In the sense that I started journalism this year, and like a sole course of journalism this year during my master's. My first encounter with journalism was probably during it was during my undergrad, when I had to do my thesis, actually my end of bachelor thesis, and I did it on photojournalism. But I did that because I'm very interested into photography. So photography actually led me towards journalism, and so that's why I didn't know anything about like PR and journalism in general, but I learned everything this year.
But now you know.
Now I do, and I do understand the importance of PR people for journalists, definitely.
But there is a tension between that relationship between public relations and journalists, because we can get a bad reputation ourselves for producing the worst type of journalism, which is called churnalism, where journalists are just taking news, copying, pasting from press releases. But obviously, that's the aim of a good PR person, is to get a story into a press release and then into the media. So, what we try and teach you guys is, it needs to be properly newsworthy. It's an authentic story. There's really something going on,
right?
And it deserves to get coverage. So it's all about earning media attention and earning social media hits and that sort of thing, rather than throwing money directly to buy space.
That's very interesting. Oh, that's very cool. Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit more about the setup? Like, Aditi, you have a little fluffy trinket. Do you want to explain what it is?
This is very special to me.
Do you want to describe it for the Spotify listeners?
Yeah, because it's blue in color and it says Radio Today. So Joe gave me this as a gift after I did my first episode of the podcast, which was with Rachel and Steve. And then I had my class with her the next day. And then after the class, she just goes like, I have something for you. And I got so happy. And then she just said that she's very proud of me. And I was so happy when she did that. And then she gave me this little cute thing, which is very dear for me.
It's like a little fluffy ball with googly eyes. Yeah. It looks a little bit like a bug, I guess, like a blue bug. But it's very fluffy. I touched it earlier, and it's very fluffy.
It's a great example of a promotional giveaway by a news organisation that covers radio and podcasting news and stuff like that. But they're cute, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very cute.
They're collectibles almost.
This is a souvenir that I have for my life now.
Yeah, it's now featuring in the episode.
Yeah.
It's gonna stay with us until the end of the episode.
It's your mascot now.
He is definitely Radio Today.
But do we need to talk about what you're wearing?
What a nice transition. Wow. So as Joe is now mentioning the outfit, so as the audience may know, you should know.
You should know by now. Every week, so we
10 episodes now.
Yeah, 10 episodes now.
We match.
We like to twin every episode. But today, we are twinning in true sense and true manner, because we are wearing our own merch with our own logo, which says Off the Record with Aditi and Gaby.
Woohoo!
Excellent.
So this sweater, Gaby gifted it to me for my birthday, and I was like, whoa. And then I went and I tried it on, and as soon as I walked out, I saw her.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Aditi, but you're not telling the story right. I mean, you are, but you're a little bit rushing it. But oh my God, like so yeah. As she said, we got the sweater for her birthday. It was her part of her birthday present, and so we wrapped up in the the wrapping was pretty good. You didn't mention the wrapping.
Good. I have the wrapping and it's sitting in my drawers and it's always going to be there. So the wrapping was with a paper of the Hillingdon Herald, and I had my face in Hillingdon Herald thrice in March. So Gaby cut out pieces of my face, and then there was the main post of ours which was for the podcast, the article that we had. She stuck that, and then I did an interview for her for the article that she wrote. It was a Vox Pop.
Vox Pop,
Yeah. So she cut out that picture of mine and then she stuck it on the top and then she gave it to me. So I was like, the wrapping was so good. What's going to be inside? I had no idea what's going to be there. And then as soon as I opened it, I was like, okay, hoodie. And then I saw the logo. I was like, what?
She unfolded the hoodie and she saw the logo and she was like, but like, you should have seen her face because like, there's like so many emotions come into her face at that moment.
And the emotions were running as they were. And then I tried it on and then I stepped outside.
We sent her in the bathroom to try the sweater. And when she stepped outside, I had mine on because she didn't know I have one as well. So I had mine on and like she came out. She was like, how do I look? And I'm like, you look great. And then she looks at me. She sees I have the sweater on. She's like, she freaked out even more.
She blew your mind.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God, what's going on? So that's like, we have our own merch.
We have our own merch. Unfortunately, we're not planning on selling
it.
Any of those yet because we don't have any incomes to produce such merch. But so those are exclusive for us. But I think it's a very, very nice souvenir of this whole podcast adventure.
That's lovely.
I want to mention one more thing. The podcast wouldn't be happening without Joe and Mike here because
definitely.
That's why I was very keen on having them on our show from the very first episode. But I've mentioned this in the past episodes as well. So Mike and Joe did a workshop for us PR students, and that's where I got the idea that maybe we should do something. And then I talked to Gaby. So if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you so much, guys, for doing that for us and giving me this opportunity as well.
No, it's a great initiative. Well done.
We are very proud of you. It's,
thank you very
brilliant.
much.
You've taken the idea and
project.
you've run with it. It's great.
We've tried.
We've tried. We're going good.
But so what drew you basically to do this workshop?
I think that was me wanting to bring some audio production into the course because radio is in my background as well. And I just thought if we were trying to encourage students to do creative PR campaigns, then they should maybe think about a podcast as part of a strategic campaign. So interview skills, either for yourself as a PR person or to be able to guide your clients, to know how to prepare yourself and that sort of thing. And then it became a technical thing as well with this new equipment. So,
I mean, it's very easy content creation, isn't it? You just need people to talk. It's very resource, economical. So,
I mean, whatever I've been today and whatever I'm going to be in future is going to be because of you guys, because I didn't know what, like, in detail, like what PR was and how it works. Like, it's all because of you guys. So thank you so much for everything. Woohoo! You're the best professors I could ever ask for.
Shout out to Mike and Joe.
Shout out to Mike and Joe, because I flaunt you guys every chance I get to all of my friends here or in India and my parents and my other friends as well. I can't keep mentioning. I'm like, no, that's no worries. My professors are the best and they're the greatest. So
thank you.
You
Job
guys
done.
Job
wow.
done. But
lovely.
It's been amazing.
It's been amazing, and it was an amazing opportunity, even for me, because again, like we talked about this in the show in previous episodes, but I didn't imagine at one point maybe not in my life, because I like talking a lot and I like telling stories, so I guess I would have gone towards podcast not episode, but like show maybe someday in my life. But the fact that it was happening this year with you, that was not on my bucket list. But
yeah, I wouldn't have had a better partner, and I don't think I would have been able to do it alone without Gaby.
It's a lot of work, and it's probably better to do it with a friend. It's more fun.
You make a good team. You make a good team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do. So yeah. Anything else you want to add on?
I think
that wraps up the show. One of the bonus episodes. Is there another one coming?
Maybe.
Only one way to find out.
Only one way to find out. All right.
So guys, how was your experience coming on Off the Record with Aditi and Gaby? How did you guys feel?
Lots of fun.
Yeah. Lots of fun, lots of talk, lots of laughs.
Yeah. Okay. As for the audience,
we will ask you to stay tuned.
And you wait and you watch. Maybe we have something else. Maybe we don't.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Who knows? And suspense. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, guys. We had a wonderful time, and I hope you did too.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much. We wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Thank you. This was Off the Record with
Aditi and Gaby.
Bye bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.